Grumpy Hunter here. How does increasing arrow weight affect speed? Well, we all know that speed will drop, but how much? In previous videos, I've been using a rule of thumb. For every 5 grain change in weight, there'll be a 1 foot per second change in speed. That rule of thumb is for crossbows. I don't know if it's for compound or recurve crossbows or both. There is different rule of thumbs for compound bows and recurve bows. You may have noticed that even the crossbows and the recurve bows are worded differently. The result is the same. That makes me wonder if the crossbow's rule of thumb is based on using a recurve crossbow. If so, would the compound crossbow rule of thumb be the same as a vertical compound bow? Remember, this is a rule of thumb, and it is not carved in stone. Each bow, no matter what type, is going to be different. Even the same make and model will not shoot the same when making the same change in arrow weight. I've had several comments about using a rule of thumb versus actual measurements when calculating flight times for my videos. So I decided to find out what happens with my recurve crossbow. This recurve is rated for 245 feet per second, a speed that I've never been able to get. For this test, I used 9 field points with stated weights of 100 to 300 grains in 25 grain increments, and one out-of-the-box 20-inch stock Bloodsport Witness arrow. The arrow with moon knock weighs 327.6 grains. This table shows the point weights stated and measured. All of the weighing was done with an RCBS 1500 gunpowder scale that was calibrated before any measurements. I set the chronograph 2.625 feet in front of the crossbow stirrup. That way the arrow was completely off the bow before entering the chronograph. This test is about the change of speed based on arrow weight, not the speed of my bow. 3 shots were taken with each field point through the chronograph, and the speeds were averaged. The string was waxed and the rail oiled before starting, and every 3 shots after. Maybe a little excessive, but trying to make things fair. The environmental conditions: it was sunny. Temperature at the start was 72 degrees. At the finish, it was 75 degrees Fahrenheit. There was no wind. Both the crossbow and the chronograph were in complete shade from my house throughout the entire test. All the points above 100 grains, the information will be displayed like this: point weight stated and measured, total arrow weight, expected speed, the average speed of the 3 shots, the speed change based on weight change stated as feet per second per 5 grains, the measured speed of all 3 shots for the point, and a red minus or a green plus mark in a white box indicating that the average speed was below or above the expected speed. The 100 grain, which actually weighed 100.1 grains, had a total arrow weight of 427.7. It had an average speed of 215.87. 125 grain, which weighed 124.5, had a total arrow weight of 452.1, had an average speed of 210.5. 150 grain, which weighed 150.1, total arrow weight was 477.7. It had an average speed of 205.83. The 175 grain actually did weigh 175 grains. Total arrow weight was 502.6. Average speed was 201.40. 200 grain actually weighed 199.9. Had a total arrow weight of 527.5, and average speed was 196.77. The 225 grain, the actual weight was 224.6, the total arrow weight was 552.2, it had 194.07 feet per second as an average. 250 grain weighed 249.8, arrow weight 577.4 total weight. The average speed was 190.37 feet per second. The 275 grain measured out to 274.9, 602.5 grains for total arrow weight, and the average speed was 186.93. 300 grain point weighed 299.7, arrow with the point weighed 627.3, and the speed was 183.77 feet per second for average. The table seen here shows the speed of each shot for each of the stated point weights, along with the average speed for each point and the speed drop for each point above 100 grains. This table uses the actual point weights and shows the total arrow weights, the average measured speed for the 101 grain point, and the total arrow weight. The expected speed drop based on the rule of thumb: for every 5 grains change in arrow weight, there will be a 1 foot per second change of speed for each of the other points. The expected speed for the particular point and the average speed of the point. The speed change for every 5 grains increase from the 100 grain point, the actual speed change from the 100 grain point, and the difference between the actual and expected speeds. The negative numbers in red are speeds slower than expected. I know that some of you are interested in kinetic energy and momentum. It's displayed in this table. In summary, this was meant to be a test of the effect on an arrow speed with changes in arrow weight, not how fast my crossbow is. The speed loss was less as the weight increased. Starting with a 175 grain point, all of the average speeds were above the expected speeds. Even though the speed was going down, the observed penetration of the arrow went up. The lowest change of speed per 5 grains of added weight compared to the 101 grain head was with the 299.7 grain head at 0.8 feet per second per 5 grains. The greatest change of speed per 5 grains of added weight compared to the 101 grain head was 124.5 at 1.1 feet per second per 5 grains. When averaging the speed changes per 5 grains, the result is 0.92. That's 8/100ths of a foot per second from the rule of thumb. Your results most likely will differ from my results. Thank you for watching this Old Grumpy Hunter presentation. Please give it a big thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to push the notification bell. Until next time, aim small, miss small.